2 weeks ago, we focused on developing the fundamentals with 2 1,000 touch workouts that developed your dribbling, passing, and first touch. But this week, we're adding the final piece, goal scoring. So here's a full training session that'll develop your ball mastery and finishing ability, making you a better goal scorer in just 7 days.
Welcome back to the channel, or just welcome if you're new. Normally when we think of ball mastery, we think of tight space dribbling drills with the ball on the ground. But for most of us, that's the easiest part of controlling the ball. So don't just go, oh, it's just juggling. This is to master your control of the ball, and it'll help you with your first touch too. So spend 10 minutes juggling, spend at least half of it trying to break your own juggling record, and then you can spend the other 5 minutes trying tricks if you'd like. After that, we're gonna put the ball down to do some more traditional ball mastery drills. For this, set up 2 cones just a small step apart. For this drill, we're following a figure 8 pattern around the cones. Start by pushing the ball across the bottom of the cones, then push it up, then do a sole roll back to the middle of the cones, and then pull the ball back to the start. And then do the same thing to the opposite side. Repeat this pattern as quickly as you can for 40 seconds, and then rest for 20 seconds. Complete 3 sets, and then move on to the next pattern. For the next pattern, start off by doing la croqueta across the bottom of the cones before pushing the ball up, rolling it across, and then pulling it back to the start. It's the same pattern through the cones, just using different surfaces of our feet. So that way we're mastering the ball with all surfaces of our feet, using the insides, outsides, and soles of our feet. Last pattern here. This time, go back to using the outside of your foot to get across the bottom of the cones, but then do la croqueta across the top instead. When you're doing these drills, you want to go as fast as you possibly can. That's how you improve your foot speed, and that's how you improve your ability to dribble in tight spaces. But when you're trying a new pattern, start slow, and then as you get more comfortable with it, then you ramp up the intensity, then you ramp up the speed, and you push yourself to go as fast as you can. Now we're gonna go to good old reliable, but we're gonna put a little twist on it. We've all done cone weaves a lot of times, so we need to mix it up and make it just a little bit more challenging. Start off by going through the cones with just your right foot. Go down and back once, and then once you get back to the start, go through it again, but this time with just your left foot. And then once you do that, do it one more time with both feet. Now it's time to make it more challenging. We're gonna go through the cones again with a smaller ball. So if you started with a size 5 ball, use a size 3, or better yet, use a size 1 for this. Go through the cones down and back with just your right foot, just your left foot, and both feet. But we're not done yet. The size 5 is easy mode. The size 3 or the size 1 is like a medium difficulty. So now we're gonna really challenge ourselves. Go through the cones again, but this time with a tiny ball. Just find something small that will really test your ability to focus, make you be precise with your touches, and force you to move your feet quickly. Go down and back once with just your right foot, then once with your left foot, and then another time with both feet. After you've done easy, medium, and hard, take a 30-second break and then repeat all of this 4 or 5 times. If you don't have any of these things right now, try to get them. Ask friends or family if they have any you can borrow, or go to a dollar store or something like that and you can get a tennis ball there. The size 1 I used was $15. And while I know that not everybody has $15 available just like that, you can always go around and ask your neighbors to walk their dog or do yard work in exchange for a little bit of money. But honestly, it's not a training need. It's just something that'll force you to be more precise with your touches, and it's just a fun way to mix up your training. I have my players juggling and dribbling with those things all the time. We've done a lot of ball mastery and dribbling work so far, so now let's add in the finishing part. But before we go straight into ripping 30-yard worldies, we need to prepare our hips for it and sharpen up our technique. Spend 5 minutes taking a touch out of your feet and then hitting a low-driven ping. There's a lot of similarities in the technique of grass cutters and lace shots, but it's lower intensity. So doing this beforehand will reduce the risk of injury when we get to shooting. After 5 minutes, set up the ball mastery drills we did earlier. For this, do any of the 3 patterns we did earlier 2 or 3 times through, and then push the ball out of your feet and shoot. We're not trying to rip the net off the goal for this. The objective is to finish low and hard to the bottom corners of the goal. If I just told you to roll the ball out of your feet and shoot it bottom corner, you'd probably do it successfully almost every time. Adding the ball mastery pattern into the drill just makes it more challenging. Your legs will get fatigued, and that makes it more difficult to focus on the shot. But don't go through the motions on the ball mastery. You need to have full focus and intensity when you're doing the pattern, and then make sure you're taking care with the shot too. Don't neglect one part of the drill or the other. Full focus for the entire repetition. Do this for 10 minutes or try to get 15 shots with each foot before moving on. Now let's work on our finishing ability on the move. For this drill, throw down a bunch of cones 6 or 7 yards outside the box, then get a partner or a rebounder to work off of a few yards inside the box. Dribble through the mess of cones as quickly as you can with lots of tight, quick touches. Once you get through, quickly play a pass into the partner or wall. This resembles you combining with a teammate in a game. If possible, try to finish one touch again, low and hard into the bottom corner. If you need to, you can take a touch before shooting, but if you do that, try to get your shots off quickly. If you take a touch, look up, and look back down at the ball, you've probably taken too long. Look up before you take the touch, and then take a quick touch out of your feet and fire off the shot as quickly as possible. Inexperienced players often try to set up the perfect shot, and this results in them taking too long, and then the defender is able to recover and block the shot. Spend 15 minutes on this and try to get 10 to 15 good reps with each foot before we move on to my favorite part of the session. But first, if you've watched this much of the video, then it's safe for me to say that you've probably gotten value from it. And if you want more training sessions like this, then consider becoming a channel icon. You'll get access to 2 full extra training sessions a month just for you. Or don't, it's up to you. This is my favorite part of training. Let's work on our long shots. For this, go about 25 yards out and start ripping long shots. If you have good shot power, make sure you lean just a little bit more over the ball to keep your shots from flying over the bar. I'm still far off being fully recovered from my surgery, so my shot power is nowhere near what it used to be, but that's the whole point of training. We're trying to improve our technique, and in my case, we're trying to build back up that shot power. Spend 15 minutes working on your long shots. Now, if you have good technique and this is relatively easy for you, then include a bounce pass first, or you can even do some dribbling or control the ball out of the air and then shoot. Just adding something simple beforehand can make it more challenging and more game realistic. Mike from the future here. When I was reviewing the footage and recording for this video, it really showed how important the small details are to me for getting more shot power. Since this was my second time shooting since surgery, I was afraid to really strike the ball properly. In these shots I'm showing you right now, I was still swinging my leg hard, but I was afraid to actually land on my kicking foot. But partway through the set, I accidentally followed through landing on my kicking foot. And it was just out of habit from all the thousands of reps I've taken over the years. And it was the best shot I had over the 2 days I've recorded. So I actually wanted to show you the side by side with the before and after of me landing on my kicking foot and following through properly, and me when I just swing my leg at the ball. What I'm getting at here is that the key to getting more power on your shots lies in the littlest details of your technique. So take it away, past me. If you're struggling to get shot power on your strikes consistently, then watch this video, The Ultimate Guide to Shooting with Power and Accuracy. It'll help you master the proper shooting technique. Thanks for watching.